Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Entertainment Enthusiast. And for today's show, we're about a week away from the official kickoff for the summer movies. Because it always starts. It seems to be every May, except for last year, it was a Marvel movie. So, with that being said, I decided to go ahead and I've done this the last couple years to reveal my 10 predictions for what I think is going to be the highest grossing domestic movie of the summer. So, the summer starts from May to about end of August, Labor Day weekend. That's the cutoff. How I cut it off for summer movies, because there's some juggernauts that are coming out Christmas. That's not summer. But so with the summer movies about to kick off next week, I decided to go ahead and do my prediction show. What I think is going to be the highest grossing movie domestically. I don't deal with the international stuff because the international numbers they're a lot wonkier to navigate through. Plus, some countries don't open up on ahead of time. So this is only domestic. Um, just to recap, last year I had some ones that I was kind of like off on. I was off on the Fall Guy. I had that one pretty high, but for the most part, I got a decent amount of those ones correct. I nailed the top three. Um, Third one was nailed with Despicable Me 4. I got that one. And just my 1 and 2 were off. I had Deadpool and Wolverine as number 1 and Inside Out 2 as this number 2. Just got to reverse them, but with Deadpool and Wolverine absolutely just destroying anything in its path, literally. And it being the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So this year it's a little bit more trickier because there's some ones I did not want to pick, but I had to with my head thinking that this is gonna be that. Um I'll admit the fun prediction show that I will be doing next is for next year's box of summer because it's every week it's something. And anyone that was gonna be the intriguing one when we have movies from directors Christopher Nolan, The Odyssey, Steven Spielberg's UFO movie, um, new Spider-Man movie, the new Avenger movie, etc. There's a ton of stuff coming out next summer. Next summer is going to be the summer of movies, but we'll get to that next summer. Well, sorry about that. That was weird. But yeah, so yeah, next summer is going to be the summer for movies, but we're not there yet. We're just about to enter 2025 summer box office. So before I get into my top 10 list, I want to make sure to anyway checking out this either checking out the video or watching at a later time to make sure to click the like and subscribe button on our YouTube page at the Entertainment Enthusiast 365 and to follow us on Twitch at the Entertainment Enthusiast. All right. So, all right, let's dive on in. Let's break it down literally to my top 10 predictions of what I think is going to be the top 10 highest grossing movies of the summer. Some of these are just wild cards. Some of them are solid picks and they're probably legit ones. But we shall find out how accurate I am. All right. My number 10 is literally a wild card. This one's either going to do really well or it's going to really flop in the face. And that's the Naked Gun reboot. This one stars in one of the Lonely Island members, not Andy Samberg and not the other one. He's directed a bunch of other stuff. He's did MacGruber. He's directed The Watch, which is absolutely hilarious. He's done a bunch of other ones. So this is the reboot of The Naked Gun, which is the reboot of the iconic series from the 80s and 90s with the late Leslie Nelson, and those were pretty funny. The first two, at least. Third one, I didn't really care about that, but the first two were hilarious because there was like a reference to they made to it in Family Guy because David Zucker he worked on Family Guy and he directed the Naked Guns. Um, those were pretty funny, and I just got the reference to the opening. So this one stars Liam Neeson. The aging action vet Liam Neeson is taking on the role as Frank Drebin Jr. Now, the teaser for this was released a few weeks ago, and I cried. I was crying. I was laughing. It was so funny. I think Liam Neeson's going to nail it, and it's coming out at a perfect time. It's towards the dog days of summer, end of August, like no, beginning of August. Nothing else is coming out. There's some other stuff coming out after that. Um, those were questionable if I was going to have those on my list or not. One of them is something I'm really looking forward to, but it hasn't. There's been no trailers for it. There's been one promotion for it, but we're getting close to like we need to start ramping up production because not many people are going to go see it because not most. So I digress. This stars Liam Neeson as the son of Frank Drebin Jr. And the teaser I thought was absolutely hilarious. It had all the humor that reminded me of the original Naked Gun, and it's a reboot in the sense that it's not doing a direct remake. He's the son. But do I know much more about that? No. Just I liked what I saw from the trailer, and I thought this looks funny. So I had this as 10 because this could either make the top 10 or fall on its face. And if it falls on its face, it's okay because it's not. I don't have it super high on my list. So this is my wild card. Do I think this is going to do well? I don't know. I have no clue because my type of humor is not everybody else's type of humor. I thought this looks funny. I will probably check it out. What that does, I don't know. We'll find out in August. But I liked what I saw from the trailer, and it had a lot of views and a lot of people that were fans of them. Just the comments that watched the original spot. All right, I'll give this a shot. This looks pretty funny. So that is my number 10, The Naked Gun. Again, wild card. I have it pretty low, and if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. Well, number 9 is a pretty big one. And I'll get into the reason why it's my number 9, pretty low on my list. And that is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. The last one came out about 2 years ago. Came out the week before Barbenheimer came out. And it did well opening weekend, or it did decent. But then they start to complain that Oppenheimer was taking away all their big screens. Director was complaining, and the movie, I wouldn't say flopped, but disappointed significantly at the box office. Not because it was a bad movie. No, it was highly entertaining. It was because its budget was incredibly high. And that one was Dead Reckoning Part 1. This one is deemed the Final Reckoning because there's been it's a lot of speculation that this is the last one of Ethan Hunt with Tom Cruise. Whether this ends the last one, I don't know. Maybe that's just to get more people to draw in. And there's from the trailer that looks good. It's gonna be a good movie. The reason I have it number 9, not because I think it's gonna be a bad movie, because they just released its runtime for it. 2 hours and 51 minutes, or on that verge of 2 hours and 50. We're talking about a 3-hour movie in summer. So I'm not sure. That's why I have a 9. It's because of the runtime. Because the longer the runtime, the less chances you're going to be able to run this movie. And you want to run this movie as many times as possible to get more people to go see it, especially if this is Tom Cruise's last outing. So I'm rooting for it because I love the Mission Impossible movies. I mean, at least the back end, because I didn't care for the first one. Love the second one. Everybody hates the second one. I love the second one. Third one was awesome. The fourth one doesn't age well. I was like, the more you watch, I'm like, okay, I hate this one. Fifth was slightly better, but not great. Then they got me back on with the sixth one with Henry Cavill, and the sixth one from Mission Impossible was awesome. The last one was really good. So this one, I don't know. I have it low, mainly due to the runtime, and I'm hoping it does well. Like, internationally, it probably will do a lot more. Domestically, I'm not sure. Jury's still out on that. So I'm rooting for it, but it's coming out Memorial Day weekend. It doesn't have to deal with Christopher Nolan. And so no excuses. If it fails, it's on you. Should have picked a different day or done it earlier or whatever. Or not make your movie so incredibly high budgeted. So it's my number 9. So I'm rooting for it. I'm really hoping it's not going to be a bad movie at all. It's going to be a great movie. That's what it does. What does we turned on the views and the high formats, all that stuff. So, oh. So we'll see. We'll find out Memorial Day weekend for this one. So I'm rooting for it, but I have it 9 because of its runtime. And then the larger the runtime, the less showings you're going to have of it. So we shall see. We shall see. My number 8 is Jurassic World Rebirth. I was very hesitant to even put this on my list because the last one didn't do well at all. Well, it did well internationally, just domestically. That and the Jurassic World movies has just been hot garbage. That last one was just dreadful. Like fat guy on scooter getting eaten by a dinosaur. Couldn't say that movie. That was just a 5-second clip. The writing was lazy. It was just all around bad. This is a reboot. Chris Pratt's not in this one. Bryce Dallas Howard's not in this one. None of the original OG cast is in this one. This one stars Scarlett Johansson, and Mahershala Ali. This one was rated number 1 on Fandango's most anticipated movies of the summer, which I find completely bullshit. There's no way. Whoever they were polling was probably just 2 people, and that's what they deemed. I don't know. But there's no way this is the highest rated. Like, no one, there's not an appetite for this. If, however, they make it R-rated, then you got my attention. Because these, and again, I like ScarJo. I will most likely watch it. Am I going to go spend money in the theater? Not so much. I can just watch this at home. So I was very hesitant to put this on the list, but I'm like, I don't think anything else is gonna do that well. I'm not gonna put a horror movie on here. Like, there's a couple of them. I just don't think that's gonna have that appetite to make it in the top 10. I know this one probably internationally will do well, but first trailer I saw for it was all right. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be more of the same. But am I gonna go see this in theaters? Probably not. But I just put it on my list because I think I don't have any other options that I think might do better than this. So we'll see. We'll see. The reviews are good, and they're saying it's not as bad as the last couple. Sure, I might check it out if I'm bored, but I don't have a lot of faith in this one. But that's why I have it as number 8. I mean, I have more faith in Mission Impossible than this one, but I don't know. I'm just very skeptical in this one, but I didn't like my other options. So that's my number 8 for Jurassic World. My number 7 one is I'm super amped for this one. So it was on my anticipated movies of this year list. And it's number 7 is From the World of John Wick Ballerina. I love the John Wick movies. And if you love the John Wick movies, this is going to be more of the same. And especially since it's set within the universe, it's like between the 3rd and the 4th one. I love the main actress involved with it. She's a badass. And this from the 2 trailers I watched, I'm like, I was sold on the first trailer. Second trailer I watched, I was so in, like so much in, like just how brutal she's gonna get, like shooting guys in the dick, like literally, like that's just insane. Tomahawking somebody, like you know exactly what you're gonna get with a John Wick movie, and that's what this is. And especially when you got her and John Wick going at each other, because this is I have this as 7. I'm rooting for this one. Everybody's saying this is gonna flop. I don't think so. Nothing else major. Well, it's got a weekend to its own. Then the following weekend, then you got that one. But I don't think it's gonna like impact it that much because it's got a kid movie. So you had 2 different audiences with this one. But the posters just look awesome for this one. The action looks great. I love what I've seen from the trailer. And they're promoting the crap out of this, and they're going to start promoting the crap out of it once we get closer. But I'm in on this one. I'm like that. I would have honestly, my heart was telling me to pick this as number one, but realistically, it's not. It's gonna do well. It's gonna do well. I think it could go higher than 7. Um, maybe break top 5. I don't know. We'll see. Um, there's there's some competition for it, but I think it's gonna do well. And I'm rooting for it because I love the John Wick movies, and we don't have these types of action movies that are in this style. A lot of people try to replicate it, but and I'm rooting for this so they can get more spin-offs. And I just want to see Keanu back as John Wick and seeing Eve McHale kick more ass. I'm so high on this one, and that's why I'm rooting for this one. I 7 I think is a good solid spot for it because I think it could beat out a lot of the other ones, but jury's out of how high this one gets. But it's got great reviews. Not if it's like a decent runtime, I think it's gonna do well. And most likely this is gonna be R rated. If it's not R rated, then I don't know what the heck you're doing, but this is most likely gonna be R rated, as it should. So that's my number 7 from the World John Wick Ballerina. I'm rooting for this one. This is one of my anticipated movies of this year. I think it's my number 2 anticipated the movie this year. Number 1, of course, being Avatar, because of course. But I'm so excited for this one. So that's my number 7. Another one I'm really looking forward to is F1. This is the Formula One movie directed by Joseph Kosinski. He's the director that made Top Gun Maverick, and Top Gun Maverick was just awesome from visual standpoint to the way they filmed everything. That this is his take on Formula One, which stars Brad Pitt, and Brad Pitt's an age was like a race car driver, and he's been asked to mentor this new kid. I love the teaser for it because just seeing the visuals of them in the cars and he's just seeing the reaction, kind of like it's similar to what he did at Top Gun Maverick. But and just the second trailer, this really had me hooked on it because this Brad Pitt was channeling his inner Billy Bean a lot of times, like what are you having fun for? What are you celebrating? Um, and I just love that quote by him because I used that yesterday during the draft when a Cowboy player was celebrating. I'm like, what are you having fun for? You're not going to do anything in the next 10 years. But that's something else. But no, this one, it looks fun. It's coming out right before the 4th of July weekend. I think it's like weekend before. It looks. This is like it's a summer movie. You got to see this on the biggest screen. Intense racing. Brad Pitt, whatever. It just looks good. It looks entertaining. And I think this one might do really well. Especially in the high formats, like IMAX, all that stuff. That's where it's gonna really make its money. But how high this goes, I don't know. It's just a prediction. But again, I think I think the following week is 4th of July weekend, so it's got some potential. We'll see. I have it a solid 6. I think this one's going to be at least in the top 10 where it ends. Again, I might my numbers could be off. Like I said, I'm rooting for the Ballerina. I'm rooting for this one, and I'm rooting for Mission Impossible. So where this goes on the split, like where it ends up falling, will really depend on the reviews and the people actually going to the theater to see this, not just waiting for it to be on streaming. Like, if you want these movies to do well, you gotta see them in the theaters when you can. So I like what I saw from this trailer, and I'm rooting for this one. That's why I have it in the 6th spot. I think it's a solid spot. How far it goes, we'll find out in a couple weeks. Number 5 is a movie that's coming out literally next weekend, and that's Thunderbolts. The reason I have it as 5, I have it a solid 5 because I just don't know what to expect with this one. Is because usually the first weekend for a Marvel movie always is front loaded, and then it just drops. Will this one be able to get people to consistently come in week in and week out? I don't know. I like the cast in it. I think it's going to be entertaining. I called it Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad. And most of them are coming back for Avengers Doomsday. Whether that means people will not go see it because they don't want to or that, but we shall see. So I have it at 5. I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to get good reviews. That what it does in the second week will be the true test if this makes it into the top 10 or not. If it does well the first weekend and steady the second weekend, because I don't think it's got much competition, at least until Memorial Day. So if it can do something in those couple weeks, it might make the top 10. If it doesn't, then it's kind of a problem. And I had this one pretty high, and it may not make the top 10. I'm rooting for this one because I like Marvel and I like DC. I like a good and anything that keeps me entertained, and I enjoy that. So I'm rooting for this one. It's a Marvel movie. Because the last one, Brave New World, I enjoyed that. Didn't do so necessarily so hot at the box office because it had a great 1 week, like big 1 weekend, and then this drop because that's Marvel movies they drop. Again, the running theme is time will tell of how well this one does. But if it's got legs, good reviews, and people are constantly going to go see it, then it's going to be okay. And it should make at least the top 10. Will it be in the top 5? We shall see. So that's my number 4, Thunderbolts. I like the cast in it. I think it's going to be fun. Number 4 is a kind of a gamble, but I think it's going to pay off. This is Superman. This is James Gunn's version of Superman, which is the whole reboot of DC. DC has been in a lot of trouble lately. Not in financial trouble, but from the perspective that a lot of their movies the last DC movie that they did, well, Aquaman did okay. That one wasn't as bad as a lot of people were saying. The Flash, I knew was going to be instant flop territory. From the moment I heard about it to the moment I saw the trailer, I knew instantly this was going to be a flop. And boy and behold, it was a great flop, and I was super happy for that because so I digress. This is the new reboot of DC Comics. James Gunn is taking it on, and this is the first movie in his first phase of movies. This is a new Superman. Henry Cavill is no longer in this. New cast, new everything. I enjoyed what I saw from the trailer. I think the actor that might I guess going to be good Superman. Lex Luthor is in this, and they're actually introducing Krypto. The second featurette I watched of Krypto being the shit out of Superman. That was funny. I have this as 4 because I'm pretty high on this one because I think internationally there's some trouble that may not be shown internationally, and that's where all the money seems to be. Is a lot of people tend to do well internationally. So this is a gamble on this one. Will it pay off? We'll find out in July. But I think from what I saw from the trailer, it looks good. I think they got a great director involved with this, and then the superhero movies, James Gunn. What he did with the Guardians of the Galaxy movies were just absolutely phenomenal, like flicks. I think he's going to do this. I think he's going to nail it. What that means in terms of box office revenue, I don't know. But I think he fits the part. It looks entertaining, and it's a summer movie. It's coming out July 11th, after a couple weeks after a couple movies are out. Not many major ones that I know of are out until at least a couple weeks later. So we'll see. We'll see how this one does and where it ends up on my list. But it's a gamble, but I got to take a gamble because there's not a lot of options for this summer. But so that's my number 4, Superman. Number 3 is a big gamble. Is the Fantastic Four First Steps. This is the MCU's first attempt at Fantastic Four. Technically, they did a couple other Fantastic Fours and that. And they did the Josh Tran version. That was back in 2015, which looked absolutely horrendous. And that was awful. I didn't see it because I knew it was going to be shitty. And it was. And it did poorly. And the director is not a nice person. And he's had allegations against him and the whatnot. And then they did 2 other ones, like 2 prior ones, which had Chris Evans in it, which he reprised that character in Deadpool and Wolverine, which was absolutely hilarious. And that one had Ian Garofalo, Jessica Alba, Michael Chiklis. First one was all right. I didn't care for the second one as much. And then so this is the since the MCU and Kevin Feige got the rights back to Fantastic Four. This is its first attempt at it. Set in the 60s. Um, love the trailers for it, especially that last trailer they released for it. This looks perfect for Marvel. You got a great cast. You got the guy that's in everything right now, Pedro Pascal. You got him as Mr. Fantastic. I think he fits the part and he's gonna be perfect. Like really great for the role, and he may be even perfect for the role. Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm. I like what I've seen from her so far. Chris Evans was my Johnny Storm, so jury's still out for me on Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, but he might do it. And I forgot the actor that's portraying Beast, but Beast looks the part. He doesn't look goofy that as he did in the 2005 version with Michael Chiklis. He doesn't look goofy in that one. He fits the part in this one. I mean, it's set in the 60s. How much? My only question is that the runtime might be really short for it. There's speculation this might be an hour and a half, and I think for this movie, it's too short. It needs to be at least hour and 45 to 2 hours, maybe a little bit past 2 hours. But if this gets good reviews, this one could be like a big, like, huge, because that nothing else major is coming out after this one for a couple weeks. If this one can take the baton and just run with it, this one could do really well. I have it as 3, so it's a huge gamble. But if this is going to be as good as I'm hoping it's going to be good, I think there's going to be a lot of repeat viewings for this one, especially since the relationship between the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom, which is Robert Downey Jr.'s new Victor Von Doom, because the Fantastic Four, they're Mr. Fantastic and them, they've worked with Doctor Doom before he gets the powers and stuff. He's not going to be in this one, as what the director's saying. Post-credit sequences, though, I think they're going to introduce it. So, and this is the last Marvel movie before we have until next year. So, it's a gamble in this one like it was for Superman, but this is a super high gamble because I have it as 3. Time will tell. Again, when we get closer and the reviews start coming out for it, and when they announce a runtime, I'll have a better understanding of how I think this one's going to go. But I just figured, what the heck? I'll take the shot. I think this might do a little bit better than Thunderbolts. Because there might be a lot of stuff you might want to. This one might have a lot more replayability to it because trying to catch up all the references, especially if you grew up in the 60s, which is where this one's set. But again, I digress. We'll find out when this comes out in July 25th. All right, now we're getting to my top 2. All right, my number 2, again, I'm not a fan of kid movies. I'll just say this. However, my head's telling me this one's going to do really well. This is the Lilo and Stitch live action flick. They've been promoting the crap out of this with Stitch in practically everything. Like, he's like the kid version of Deadpool. You can just put him in anything and people will check it out. So they released a trailer for this one, and I was like, okay, this might be fun. I mean, they're nailing it. They got that. They honestly need to have the redhead, and you need to have Leo beat the crap out of the redhead. But I think this one's going to do really well. It's a kid movie coming up Memorial Day weekend. There's not a lot of kid movie choices, unless you want a Smurfs musical. So I think this one's coming out a good time. And again, there's not a lot of kid movies coming out this summer. So I think this is just the perfect chance for people to go to the theater, bring their kids, and that. This is my number 2. So am I going to be right on this one? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Who knows? We will find out when we get closer, but I just know talk about this one is going to be pretty high, and it's a kid movie. So, I mean, you can't go wrong there. Now, is it going to reach my number 1? gut feeling is absolutely not. Because the hype for this my number one, is so high. The hype for is so high. They already announced the sequel, and it's already based off something that was super popular. If you don't know what my number one is at this point, like after with all these catchphrases and stuff, then well, I just might as well show you. So live action How to Train Your Dragon. This is the live action one of the animated movie of the same name. Gerard Butler is back as the father. Okay, this is going to be clearly the number one because the hype for it is absolutely insane. You got, based off a very popular animated DreamWorks movie. I've seen two of them. They're entertaining. I have to watch the third one. You got a world that you got. It's being hyped like crazy at Universal Studios Orlando. There's a world that's in the brand new Epic Universe that's opening up over Memorial Day weekend for it. That's all about How to Train Your Dragon. And again, people love this movie. People love the animated one. It did so well. That was when we had a snowstorm. This thing was selling out like crazy. My heart was obviously telling me don't pick this one as one, but in my head it's like, no. This is the simplest answer. This is going to be number one. It really is. It's going to be weeks and weeks and weeks of it doing stuff. Because again, it's one of the few remaining kid movies, and it's a live action one of a hit one. I mean, the promotions for it is going to be absolutely crazy. They're going to be promoting it at Epic Universe everywhere. Everybody's talking about this one. I mean, I couldn't get this much simpler. Like again, my last year, I was pretty hard set on Deadpool and Wolverine, and I was close. This one is going to be number one. It's not going to be close. How much it makes, I don't know. We'll find out when it comes out the second weekend in June. I think it's the 13th that comes out. June 13th. Yeah, this is number one. Without a doubt, the number one. It's gonna be number one. I will be shocked if this is a number one. Then the hype for this one was way out of whack, but it's gonna be number one. I'll be shocked if it's not 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's not gonna get below 5. It's not gonna get below 4. Not gonna get below 3. It's gonna be in the top 3, if not number one. Because the hype for this is, like I said, is just absolutely like crazy, and it's good hype because there's so many fans of this, and especially with Epic Universe having its own world, all geared towards How to Train Your Dragon, and they already announced the sequel for it. Yeah, they announced the sequel for it at CinemaCon. So no, there's just all the arrows are pointing towards this being number one, and that's why I have it my number one. If they said come out next year in 26, there's no way I was putting number one. No way. Not with the Odyssey. Not with Christopher Nolan coming out. Yeah, no. But luckily comes out this year, or doesn't have to deal with like Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg, Avengers Doomsday, etc. So that is my predictions for the summer movie domestic highest grossing movies of this summer. And before I go, we're gonna break it down. I'm gonna review them all again, in case you caught in late and you were wondering what certain numbers were. So, starting at number 10, Naked Gun, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is number 9, Jurassic World Rebirth, From the World, John Wick, Ballerina. So amped for this one. 6, F1, Thunderbolts at 5, Superman at 4, Fantastic Four: First Steps at 3. Lilo and Stitch live action at 2, and number 1 being How to Train Your Dragon. So that will do it for my show. I'm interested to know. Let me know what you think about my predictions in the comment section below. Do you think is there ones I should have put in my top 10? Or are there ones I shouldn't? I was tempted to keep putting Nobody 2 on there because I'm really hyped for that one, but there's not been a lot of promotions for it. I was not going to do Freakier Friday. But are there certain ones I didn't have on my list that might be on your list? I'm interested to know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And also, if you want to Like, let me know what, reveal your top 10. What do you think's going to happen? I want to see how close we are in our predictions. A little fun competition to see who gets the closest and what order correct and all that stuff. Just a little fun little thing just to engage with everybody. But again, I want to know what you think about my list in the comment section below. Do you like my list? Is there ones I should include? Ones I shouldn't include? Am I too high on certain movies and not high on another? Again, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. So, again, I mentioned this earlier, but if you enjoy this type of content and you're enjoying the channel and all that stuff, and you're just checking it out either for the first time or multiple views, click the like and subscribe button. A simple like and subscribe really helps us out here at the Entertainment Enthusiast. It means A, we're doing a great job and to keep doing what we're doing, and B, gets us close to our bonus goal to get monetized, essentially getting paid to provide all this great content for you, because we have a ton of content from anything in the entertainment realm: movies, TV, gaming, anime, etc. And if you're already a subscriber and have already been checking out our content, thank you. So help us out. Tell your friends. We want to tell your friends, family, coworkers, people that you just see out in public that you just want to spark up a conversation with. Tell as many people as possible about this channel, because we want to spread the word about the Entertainment Enthusiasts. We want as many people as possible to know about it, because we want to be able to provide all this great stuff to, like, all this great content and newsworthy buzz and all the great stuff that we're doing here at the Entertainment Enthusiasts. We want as many people as possible to know about it, so they can tell their friends and stuff. So essentially, we just want as many people as possible to know about the Entertainment Enthusiasts. So again, for those that are already subscribers and are liking our content, thank you. We really appreciate it. Just see if we can network and tell as many other people as possible. And to help you out, click the notification bell at the bottom right corner of your screen. That's going to let you know, hey, there's a new video, like a live video like this, a trailer reaction, video game upload, a PlayStation trophy hunting video, whatever it is that we have uploaded on the channel. If you have the notification bell clicked, you're going to be notified there's a new video out. And mention gaming. Follow us on Twitch at the Entertainment Enthusiasts. This is where we do all of our EE Play segments. That's essentially the channel's branded version of the Let's Play. We're just calling it EE Plays because it's cool. So this is where we're going to do all that is going to be on Twitch. So follow us on Twitch to hang out with us live, ask us questions live, see what crazy antics we get into, whatever gaming we're playing. That's all live on Twitch. If you can't catch us there live, no worries. Follow us on Twitch though. But I always download I download the video after our Let's Play EE Play segment, and I put them on the YouTube page. So you have two different avenues to check out our content, because our content doesn't stay on Twitch very long. They do it for everybody. It goes away between 15 and 30 days. And a good way to have a steady flow of content on Twitch, but no worries. That's why I put it on the YouTube page. So you have two different avenues to check out all the EE Play segments we've done. So on our YouTube page, every single EE Play segment we've done since the channel start can be found on the YouTube page. You may not be able to interact with us live. Still ask us questions and comment in this comment section below, and we'll get to it. And then we can answer your questions afterwards. But it won't be such a live engagement unless you're following us on Twitch. So follow us on Twitch. Click the like and subscribe button at the Entertainment Enthusiast 365, and click the notification bell at the bottom right corner of your screen. Before I go, I ask you a cool question. Have you been entertained? If not, tune in next time.